So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment.
Hi everyone, Martha here. So I got episode 6 of Superman Adventures of Superman. Hi Nala. You wanna be in the video? To review. But like usual, when I review an episode that I might not take 10 minutes to do, I might always do a news with it first. So yeah. We got 2 news stories. One has to do with the strike, and the other one doesn't. Well, there's one thing I want to say my opinion about, really, since about the strike, because I really would like it to end because it's I really hope the studios and the actors and the writers come to agreement soon. Because part of me is getting tired about talking about it, but kinda have to because I want to let you guys know news happens with actors and writers that I like, and I will probably always talk about when somebody I like gets stupidly canceled. I thought these days were over since Twitter came to X, but apparently he cannot stop people on Twitter from reading a situation wrong. Because read some on context, because people just assume too much when they watch the video and they really don't like the person, so they think they said something else when they really said another thing. So yeah. So we're talking about Zachary Levi here. And if you don't know who Zachary Levi is, I'll give you guys 3 examples. He is Shazam, he is Flynn Rider, or from Tangled, or Eugene Fitzherbert from Tangled, and he's also Chuck. So yeah. And apparently he said something that he should be allowed to say, because I agree with him. Because he's not allowed to talk about those 3 movies. He's not allowed to talk about Tangled or TV show, because 2 TV shows really. He's not allowed to talk about Tangled, Shazam, or his time as Chuck. And those 3 things are not present in theaters right now. Okay, they're not gonna make him. They are going to continue making him money, but not really the studios. To me, he should be able to talk about this stuff. That's why he was at like Comic-Con or some type of con where he can like sign pictures and talk, and his fans can ask him questions about his past stuff. And he's not allowed to talk about it. And he was complaining about the fact that he could not talk about it. And he thought that was dumb because that's one of the rules, that you can't promote anything that the studios worked on, even things that had not been around not been in theaters or on TV, like for 5, 10, or 20 years, or 15 years. So yeah, if it's like going on right now, it makes sense. If it's going on this very year during the strike, that makes sense. But if it's before the strike, then you should be able to talk about it. Because otherwise, why are you going to these cons if you can't ask these actors about their past projects? Because then they really can't answer anything. They have to say, "Oh, I'm not allowed to say anything because of the strike." Sorry, you came here for no reason. That's what it feels like. I'm kind of happy I didn't go to Comic Con this year. Because I always wanted to go to Comic Con for this reason to ask them these questions. Or to say hi to them. Like, come on. Meet them. But what are you going to talk about? You can't talk about their stuff they worked on. So, yeah. So, don't, you guys, if whoever thinks that he says that the strike is dumb, those people are not using their heads right. So, yeah.
I'm not allowed to talk about. This is so dumb. I'm not allowed to talk about any of my previous work. I'm not allowed to talk about movies that I may be a superhero in. I'm not allowed to talk about TV shows that I may have been a nerd who worked at a Best Buy kind of Malcolm. I'm not allowed to talk about any animated princess movies that I was fantastic in as the best prince ever. I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not allowed to talk about those things.
And so yeah, and apparently we're gonna get Wonder Woman 3, but Patty Jenkins is not directing it. We're gonna have, I think, James Gunn direct it or something. But I think that's good. We may not have Henry Cavill or Ben Affleck part of the universe anymore. And thank you. No more stupid Ezra Miller, since that movie didn't do very well. And we'll see how if we still get to have the same Aquaman. But I know we're not gonna have. I know we're not gonna have the same Cyclops since he had a bad thing. So at least we get to keep one of them. We'll see how well Aquaman 2 does, but I don't know if I'm still gonna go watch it because what Amber Heard did. So yeah, so I hear that confirmation from my YouTubers that she's not going to be in the movie. I'm not going to watch it in theaters. So I'm happy we get Wonder Woman 3. Hopefully it's not as bad as Wonder Woman 2, which is probably not going to happen since it's happened to different director. So it was canceled for a while, then they got a new director. I think that's what really happened. They just got a new director. So that's the two news I want to talk about. And I don't like that they think that us YouTubers should not talk about movies or anything like that. Like I'm not probably never gonna be in the studio stuff because I'm not that big. But I don't want to be because the way you guys are treating you guys as actors. Okay? We go to these movies to watch them, not really the studios. And this is how you treat them. And if they have computers, I'm not going to go watch them. I'm not going to watch a whole entire movie. It's made by a computer, and everybody in the movie is a computer itself. If it's like computer animation, fine. That's not the same thing. Okay? I don't want everything fabricated by a computer. I want something that's made by a human eventually. Okay, people can make movies. Computers cannot, in my mind. Okay? People can use the computer to make the movie. That makes sense, but not just the computer by itself. Okay? And that's why the strike has to happen, so these studios can get their further heads and change your rules. Okay? Yes, none of them should be acting, period, in any type of movie. And let your actors talk about their past projects, okay? Change those two rules. Alright, so let's get talking about, and sir, you don't like what I'm saying. I'm allowed to have my opinion, just like Zachary Levi is allowed to have his opinion. When we're talking to people, we're allowed to have our opinions. Alright? Okay, so Superman episode 6, Adventures of Superman episode 6. This is about basically Jimmy episode, and he meets two guys who I thought were villains because they were villains in what is in Doom Patrol comics, because this is the Brain and another intelligent monkey, or no, Charles and gorilla. There's too many intelligent gorillas in DC. There's like 3 of them, and they're part of they're at campus quarters, and we like hear their backstory. I think it's pretty close. Not sure, but it's close to the comments. But I think it's pretty close. It's not. It's never perfect. But like basically, one loses their body, and like a black hole explodes in the back, and then destroys like their facility. Where's this? The 2 of them there, and that's what Jimmy discovered that he thought was a thing that was for Bigfoot, and kind of is, because since Bigfoot's supposed to be a human-like gorilla, so it's not like he's not wrong about it. And both Clark and Lois go and look for him, and they find like other robots that are not part of the gorilla and the Brain, who are part of the evil part of Candace. It's just, I think they're just the robots from the Amazono, whatever that thing is called, and trying to attack him. Because we do see the Amazono guy at the very end of the video, of it. So yeah, spoilers. And Clark can't do his powers right now because he is affected by the yellow sun, by the red sun. They might mention it later on that he can't do his powers very well, and because there's the red sun around, and that's what his planet is. His home planet has a red sun. That's why, if you watch the beginning of the movies, of Superman movies, why none of his people had powers, it's because of that. But he has some powers, but not very good. He still is able to do his bulletproof for the first time. And yep, and they defeat the robots, and they have to leave because they had to make the black hole erupt again, like it did in the past. But this time around, they're allowed to go through it. The Brain offers Clark to go with them because he's different, but he says I have to stay to to prove that people can be acceptable. Because the fact that Lois and Jimmy now both know that he's Superman, because Jimmy figured it out. Jimmy's not stupid. He like the very first moment he met him, because he broke his the door off his hinges and he tried to lie about it, but he saw right through the lie. So Jimmy knew about this from the very beginning. He did not tell Lois because he wanted to wait until Clark told him. He got mad that Lois was able to question about him first, but yeah. So, yep, and then the last bit of the episode we saw the guy that we still don't know who it is, that some people think it's Lois's dad, but we don't know yet still. And they're with the Amazono guy, and they're gonna like explore the remains of it. So yeah, of the campus place. So that's how the episode ends. So hope you guys enjoy this. I'll probably give this one like a 9 out of 10. I think the show is very good. I think you enjoy both of it if you're a kid and an adult, because I like the animation to it and the heart of it. So yeah, I'm gonna continue watching it. So even though I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I'm still gonna watch it. So I'll see you guys later. Like, share, and subscribe, and bye bye.